Alrighty guys, so no sooner did the Khaos come out did I start getting questions about comparing it to the Zeus. Now those comparisons are logical, and sadly I no longer own a stock Zeus, so we're going to have to talk about the relative similarities without it being stock. That shouldn't be the end of the world. So both blasters have a thumb activated safety switch. They're both right hand only safety switches, which is fine. Both have an ambidextrous magazine release. In the case of this one, it's 3D printed, and I've removed the ambi function by putting in these parts from custom 3D Nerf, but you kind of get what I'm getting at now. Whereas the Zeus comes in a stock semi-auto fashion, the Khaos is of course full auto. Now the biggest difference isn't that they're both flywheel blasters. They both have a jam door. In fact, their flywheel cages are almost identical, both in terms of their relative size and power. So the performance is very similar, other than that full auto versus semi-auto difference. They both have plenty of tactical rail up at the front, and whereas the Khaos has 2 of these flip-up sights, the Zeus only has 1. So that's not a huge deal. In fact, I haven't seen anybody put tactical rail accessories onto rival blasters, simply because there aren't any proprietary for the rival blasters yet. The Zeus does have rails on either side, which makes it a little bit wider, but the Khaos is almost as wide anyway, so not a huge deal, I suspect, because this right here is probably serving some sort of functional purpose, but I haven't cracked it open yet. Now both have a ton of batteries and become rather heavy with those batteries installed. Now the Zeus has its batteries distributed in the back here, as does the Khaos, but the Khaos weighs more. Simply because I think it's using larger batteries. I'm pretty sure the Zeus uses C's and this guy takes D's. So the batteries are also more expensive. Now, the Khaos is more expensive, so you have to decide, is it worth it for that full auto ability? In terms of the overall size profile, the Khaos is much, much larger. There's a full extra almost 5 inches on the front end of it, and again, the depth isn't that big of a deal. The Zeus is almost, it's better balanced in my opinion, just because it has slightly more stock and its trigger and handle is closer to the front end, whereas the Khaos was truly designed to be two-handed. I think this is supposed to be a foregrip. In fact, has mounting down here for a foregrip of your choosing. Somebody make an angled foregrip for the Khaos, please. Like an angled foregrip 3D printed, that would be bouse. But it's not that bad. Once you've got it shouldered, it's really good. Like, you pull a lot of the weight towards your body, which is easy. This magazine is huge and ridiculous, but it works very well. I think that the Khaos is honestly worth the extra money, in my opinion. Since this is a versus video, we have to say which one is better, right? I think that the Khaos is better, honestly, because reloading after every 12 shots, particularly after you've done a fully automatic modification to your Zeus, is a huge pain. Even in semi-auto mode, these are not highly practical magazines. Now, they were the best that there were compared to the Apollos, but 12 shots, semi or full auto, they're empty very quickly and you have to reload. Whereas I feel like you could engage more than 2 or 3 opponents with a Khaos's just monstrous 44 shot capacity. So that is pretty cool. But I think that the real answer to this is actually, and I'm going to cheese it a little bit, the real answer is not whether or not the Khaos or the Zeus is better. The real answer is truly to build a Hurricane. Now, I didn't build this one. My friend Out of Darts did, but this is the real solution. Like, more than doubling the capacity of the Khaos and giving you a select fire as well as full auto ability with a microcontroller feeding these. Now, is it as clean as a Khaos? I don't know. That one's up to you. You do add a lot of width to it, but it doesn't weigh a whole lot. This is the prototype model, so they've gotten much better since then, and it all powers off of a LiPo anyway, so it weighs a lot less. I think that the Hurricane is the ultimate winner in what is the best rival primary, but I think that if they started selling these separately and you could buy like 5 of them or 6 of them and throw them in a giant dump pouch, this could be ideal as well. So that's just my opinion though, guys. Obviously the only thing that matters here, I've said obviously a lot, but the thing that matters the most here is that they're all Team Red blasters, so you're always on the right side of the fray anyway. But which would you choose? If you had the option between all 3, what would you choose? And then, of course, if you're not currently making a Hurricane of your very own or don't intend to purchase one, which of the 2 off-the-shelf varieties do you think would be better? Would you go with the new flagship, the Khaos, the Titan that it is, or would you go with the King of the Gods, Zeus himself? Hard to say. I definitely want to try this out, particularly for NIC battle. I think it might be the first off-the-shelf blaster to be compatible in a long time. So I'm going to try that, and I'll make a video about that for you later on. But really curious what your opinion is. Let me know in the comment section below. That's all for this fun versus video. Much love. Nerf on. Drac out.